up? What is up on this beautiful Saturday? Laughing Panda, how you doing? Nacor, how you doing? Good to see you. Let me stop the music here. Sup Ernesto on YouTube. Alpha Beta. W me, thank you, man. I appreciate it. No, WU. WU. How's everybody doing? I thought I'd do a video game stream because building out the video game because we're a bit behind on that, and there are some cool things that I have been woefully behind on that we could do with the video game if I just got my act in gear, got my butt in gear, got my ass in gear, whatever. However, whatever that saying is, all right? Shut the hell up, right? All of you just shut up. Okay? Shut up. Every one of you just shut up. If I got my ass in gear, there's some cool stuff. Some people have been pressuring me, rightfully so, to get the game, moving along. I owe it to a few people in stream, Laughing Panda being the primary person who I can think of, who has put in a lot of time putting in the assets together for the game. And there's some opportunities that I could desperately use. Let me just be brutally honest. I could desperately use some of the opportunities if I could just get this game up to a certain point. So here I am. It feels a little bit of a job, but it's also kind of fun. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've worked on the game. So let's work on the game, shall we? Let's get something done. Even if it's only like a couple hours, like 2 hours or something. Hopefully I do a longer stream. I want to try and hit like a 4 to 6 hour mark today and just knock off a few things and have some fun with chat. What even is Ass in Gear? Yeah, about time. Shut up, Frozen. Okay? Who the hell do you think you are? Coming on my stream and telling me what the hell to do? Like you're some kind of like you own me or something. Shut up, Frozen Ernesto on YouTube. You solid supporter of my viewer. Shut the hell up. All right. Laughing Panda, I've been pressuring you not to suck. Still waiting though. I mean, get in line. Honestly, Panda, get in line. The number of people who have been pressuring me not to suck continues to grow at a compounded rate. It's worse than interest rates. Randy West on YouTube asks if I have played Expedition 33. Randy, I have not. By the way, Randy, how you doing? Good to see you. Laughing Panda, also good to see you. I see you on. I see you, brother. I'll reach out to you after, man. But Randy West, no, I have not had time to play Expedition 33. I really want to. I hear nothing but good things about that game. Like, I hear fantastic things about that game. And one of the reasons why I really hope that I get a chance to play it, it's just a matter of time. I'm financially restrained, restricted. I don't know. What am I? Walking thesaurus? Shut the hell up, Randy. All right? Just shut up, okay? Shut your mouth. I'm just kidding. I'm constrained on time. Yeah. And lots of people have been saying I should play it. I've been hearing good things. And as kind of what I was trying to get to was one of the reasons why I want to play it is this is the kind of direction that I want to see video games go in the industry. I want to see more video games built this way. Fewer developers, fewer team sizes, maybe a little bit longer time to actually build the game. But the result is a fantastic game. I miss it, man. I was talking with Nacor earlier. I don't think Nacor minds. If he does, he can tell me to shut up. I was talking with Nacor earlier, and he brought up Final Fantasy Tactics because there's a remake happening. So that game is, from Nacor's opinion, it's like a fundamental game. and I can absolutely see why. I remember playing it, but that to me, it harkens back to those old school days where people actually cared about the stuff they built with video games. And I never got a chance to finish it, but Nacor speaks highly of it even to this day. I'm going to go back and play it for sure. But that's what Expedition 33 kind of pulls me back into, right? Is those old school games where people actually gave a shit about the stuff that they built. And unfortunately, the tech industry has kind of gone in a bad direction just in general, but the games have taken a hit on that, right? And that speaks to me a lot because Nacor and I grew up together playing games. Nacor, you can tell me to shut up at any moment if you don't like me saying this. I'm making some assumptions that Nacor's okay with me saying this. But yeah, he and I grew up as kids. Man, we had fun playing these games, and I miss those days. I miss the days when you could pretty much pick from a plethora of games, and you would just get sucked in for at least days, maybe weeks, depending on the game. And then you could, and you know what? Here's the thing. Hang on. Let me just do something that I think Nacor and I miss a lot. You guys, yeah, Tactics was 10 out of 10. Expedition 33 equals Final Fantasy and the book The Giver Mesh. Okay, Laughing Panda. Okay. Nobody has to sell me anymore. I want to play Expedition 33. You guys don't have to sell me anymore. Nacor says FF Tactics is top 5 games ever made in his personal opinion. I can see that. It's probably not in my top 5. It probably hits my top 10, not my top 5, but that's because I have a different subjective feeling, right? Yeah, a bunch of indie games came out because of the Summer Game Fest. Yeah, I noticed that, Randy. Yeah. So there's one thing that I think is missing in video games today, and maybe Expedition 33 calls on this. Let me know if you guys agree. So Nacor, when Nacor and Nacor's on the Twitch side, by the way, Randy, and Randy's on the YouTube side, so you guys don't see each other right now. So you just have to trust that I'm repeating the correct messages and not, making up my own messages from people who don't actually exist because I have no viewers. Okay. Given that trust that I implicitly ask for no good reason, Nacor and I, when we were growing up with these video games, the reason why they were so formative is, okay, I won't get into too many details, but essentially, we would walk away. Shut up, Nacor. Shut up, okay? Shut up. Nacor and I would play something like, let's say FF Tactics, because I remember him talking about that a lot. Or we'd play some other game. I could think of, I don't know, some of the Final Fantasy games back in the day used to do this for us. It wasn't just the gameplay. It was the story and the gameplay. And you walk away talking about it with your friends. I remember Nacor and I would go to restaurants to have a bite to eat after we played for whatever it was, 24 hours straight or some crazy thing like that. And we would we'd shovel food in our mouth and talk about the game we were playing, and we talk about the story, we talk about the mechanics, we talk about comparing it to other games, things like this. That is like a meta experience of the game, and I genuinely think that is also lost in part because the industry has lost its way in tech, in video games, all of that. And you don't see that anymore. You don't see games that you're going to go hang out with your friends after and you're going to talk about the game because it was just so impactful, and you're gonna have opinions and stuff. Man, those are the good old days. Yeah, those are good times, and that's why I do literally everything I do, including stupid code, on my stupid game, because high school dropout here wants to go back. Wants to see the industry turn around and build more games like that. So I do need to play Expedition 33. I do recommend Final Fantasy Tactics if you have not played it. It's a great game. Yeah. Man, this was a great start. What a great start to the stream, yeah. Yeah, you and your friends did that too, Randy? Yeah. Skill issue? Probably a skill issue. Shut up, Frozen. Nacor says, I can think of a few games that people talk about even though they played them independently. Yeah, Nacor, I'm speaking in generalizations, right? I don't mean that there are no games that do that anymore. I mean that compared to like when you and I were growing up, the number of games that elicit that kind of conversation and meta experience, they're far fewer than when you and I grew up. I mean, Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger. Like, like there were a lot of the Final Fantasy games were like this. Hey, Code Matt, good to see you, man, on the Twitch side. Always love marking their cartridges at Blockbuster and hoping someone didn't delete your save. Man, do you remember that? Remember going to Blockbuster and hoping that your save wasn't deleted in the cartridge? Yeah, those were good days. That was really good. I actually truly believe, I 100% believe this. If done correctly, you'd have to figure out some of the logistics and you'd have to keep it narrow and very focused. But I am firmly of the belief that if you could recreate that Blockbuster feeling for video games with physical copies of video games, even if you just faked it a little bit, like USB sticks that were like like they had like fake whatever plastic, they looked cartridgey or whatever, but you could go and rent those or whatever, that I think there would be a market for that. Maybe it's not like a multi-billion-dollar market, but I think people would pay for that. Friday nights, yeah. Don't say her name with your filth. Just shut up. Shut up, Nacor. Randy says on YouTube, I see a strong shift towards indie, which hopefully will shift the industry. Few big companies carry the cross like they used to. Yes, Randy, I don't only agree. I think that it's happening not only in video games, I think it's also happening in tech industry in general. I think you're going to see a rise of more individualized, singular contributors building websites and desktop applications to overcome the stupidity, the absolute sheer stupidity that this industry has turned into for all kinds of reasons, which I talk about at length. I don't need to talk about here. And, I think that's just going to happen more and more, at least for a little while. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Hey, Ghost, good to see you, man. Industry grew 10 times and number of good games remained constant. Yes. Yeah, think about the money that has gone into it. Think about the number of programmers that have gone into it. It's just increased. Everything has increased, but what are we getting out of it? Yeah, bare minimum, it's net neutral, which isn't worth it, right? Laughing Panda says that would be cool, but I think it's impossible. Or you're talking about the like the blockbustery physical cartridges thing. There's enough bad actors that would mess with the rented thumb drives, and the business would just disintegrate. Laughing Panda. I'm going to concede that you have a very, very valid point. All right, I'm just thinking it out in my head. The programming aspect of it. You are right that there is a risk to it. I'm gonna say that you could probably circumvent that risk, but you would have to keep things very narrow and specific, and that's really difficult. That might be so difficult that you might be right that it actually is impossible, even if I could come up with a way to keep things narrow enough where you wouldn't have to risk those kinds of issues. There is another way. There is another way to do it. I do have kind of an idea, but I'm keeping it close to my chest because I might do it with the game I'm building right now. Yeah. Anyway, but this is the point, right? Is that's why I've got the code up and I'm I got to get the game up to a certain point where I can kind of like prove out the crazy ideas I have in my head. I've already proven some crazy ideas on stream, to be honest. Some of the stuff, the way that I've built this game already, a lot of people are like, there's no way that this would work, and it's working. Maybe not perfectly because I haven't put enough time into it, but it's working. I still have some crazy ideas left in my back pocket. So I think there might be a way around it, Laughing Panda. But you're not wrong. Let me put it that way. You're not wrong. One jackass hacker putting malware kills it. One running it for many. Yeah, one ruining it for many. Yes, I can see that. I just think there is a way around that. But it would have to be very carefully done. Randy on YouTube says games like Stellar Blade and Lies of Pi have sort of paved the way the last few years. Elden Ring blowing up FromSoft was a great thing for the gaming world, even though they're milking it a bit. Yeah, maybe they are milking it a bit, maybe a bit, but yes, that's okay. I want to be really clear. There are exceptions to the general statements I'm making, right? I'm making general statements. Video game industry, tech industry, website, software, hardware, all of that, just as a general rule, has lost its way. Are there exceptions? 100% there are exceptions. Expedition 33, I think it's a great exception. Stellar Blade, I think it's a great exception. Lies of Pi, I haven't played it. I've barely seen it, but I hear good things. That could be another exception that I could possibly agree with. Elden Ring, that's an exception. Even though I personally just subjectively couldn't really get into Elden Ring, it's just I don't ask me why. I can't really explain it. However, the quality of that game, I can't deny. It's an exception, but it's not the rule. I think the rule is that the vast amount of games that have come out, especially from AAA, is like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? In the past, 5, 10-ish years, it's kind of been that way as a general rule. So I hope the exceptions start becoming the rule. That's how you do it, right? How about like Wukong? Like fantastic game. I thought Wukong was great. Just personally, I thought Wukong was great. What genre am I making? Randy, you've been around for a while, so you might remember me, but remember me talking about this, I mean. But I'm just recreating an old game that it's personally my top highest rated game that I personally, no objective metrics for this, okay? It's just my personal opinion. I just have lots of good memories with this game. I thought it was really nice, really fun for me. And it's Uncharted Waters New Horizons for the Super Nintendo. You build a fleet of ships. You travel around the world. There's 6 characters. They cross over in the storylines. You have to manage your fleet. There's a trade system, an economy system, piracy, all that kind of stuff. Very complicated game, considering that it ran on Super Nintendo hardware with all its limitations. So I'm essentially just recreating the principles of that game with my own twist, my own storyline, some updated stuff, some multiplayer on the browser in an insane way that a lot of people would be like, why? Why would you do this? And it's like, well, because I just want to show that you can do a lot more with next to nothing. I want to be the Iron Man indie gamer who's in the cave with next to nothing, building the Iron Man suit out of scrap parts. I'm not even using standard libraries. I'm using nothing third party here except for the browser. And even that has hardware acceleration turned off. So, yeah, there you go. What's up, Kaved? Good to see you on YouTube. Randy says it's my least favorite Souls game. Not a fan of the open world, to be honest. You're probably talking about Elden Ring there. Yeah, I'm not there's a lot of subjectivity, right? That, personal opinion, art is in the eye of the beholder. So some people are going to like something and some people aren't. That doesn't necessarily mean that the game is bad or good. It just means it's not for you. So I try to keep that in mind. When it comes to programming, you can make far more objective claims. You receive inputs, you get outputs. How fast is it? How efficient? Things like that, right? But when it comes to video games, they're more they kind of lean towards an art form. So I can appreciate that it's not for everybody. Certain games aren't for everybody. Wukong was great. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun game. That was really good. You're not dying in the cave for me. Thanks, Laughing Panda. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. That's really wonderful of you. You didn't have to tell me that. I knew it already, Laughing Panda. You're just wasting You're literally wasting energy that people in third world countries could use by dropping messages like that. What kind of a jerk are you, Panda? Do you not care about anyone but yourself? Randy says, wow, I've never heard of that. Might have to pirate it on Steam Deck. Sounds awesome. It's a great game. It's super complicated. Just go watch a review. There's a few reviews on it on YouTube. And it's 7 to 9 minutes and you get the sense of the game. And man, they packed a lot into that game for Super Nintendo. It was great. And I have many good memories. I really appreciated the amount of effort that went into it. And So yeah, I just want to, kind of recreate some of that stuff that I enjoyed playing so much. And I also feel like it's a very good kind of game to recreate here on the browser the way I'm recreating it in the crazy way. You're boosting my interactions. Thanks, Panda. I appreciate it. I'm sure everybody in the third world countries are also appreciating it. Thank you, Panda. Thank you, Frozen. I forget how many emotes I have, honestly. Okay, so listen, you guys can keep chatting away. I've got chat over here. I can see what's going on. I might just hyper focus in for a few minutes at a time and just try and knock a few things off here on the victory thing. I'll try and explain what I'm doing too, in case there are programmers who are curious what I'm up to and how I'm doing it. But unfortunately, that means that some of you may have heard me repeat some of this stuff before in the past. I'm just gonna, as a streamer, you just might have to assume that people don't know what you're up to. There's new people that I've had since the last time I worked on the game, so you just have to be mindful of that. And so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it is what it is. All right, professional streamer over here. If you don't care or if you don't like it, then start your own stream. Okay, just deal with it. Let me have a sip of coffee here. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to interrupt me. And I will do my best to explain as I go along. And as per usual, thanks everybody for being here, by the way. I should have started with that. Where are my manners? You know what? I'm a dick. I'm actually a big dick asshole. I'm a BDA. I'm a big dick asshole. Don't clip it. Don't clip that. Just shut up, Nacor. My stream would have whiskey and BOOBS. Nacor, you degenerate scumbag. If you weren't a mod, I'd time you out. Yeah, no, I didn't say it. No, Frozen. I didn't say that I'm a big dick asshole. That's AI. That's deep fake AI. All right, what am I up to here? Here's what I'm up to. Well, okay, there we go. It froze for a second. You didn't even say thank you, JD Vance meme. Yeah, you didn't even say thank you. How dare you, sir? How dare you enter my house and you don't even say thank you? Technically, if you really think about it, I just want you to think about this. I'm in all your houses right now. You've all let me in. Yeah, you've let this guy in. I just want that to soak in. You've let this guy in. This guy. I'm in your house right now. How's it feel? How's it feel to have me in your house? Yeah. Shit. Alright. So what I'm working on here is the victory conditions of a battle. Here's the problem. I've been working on the victory conditions for this battle for about 2 streams. It's really complicated because it takes in a bunch of different mechanisms in the game and puts them all together. And I constantly have to go through this battle phase where no, I don't want to do that. I want to move. Where I have to do this whole battle and then I have to hope that I win. So instead of doing that, since I am the master of my domain, since I am the programmer, I'm the one who wins. Why don't I just make it so that I win every time by default? Maybe on first shot or something. That way I don't have to worry about random number generated hit points and whatnot. So that's kind of, I think I'm going to start there. Just auto win. And then I'm going to go back into all the different actions I can take as part of the victory condition. That should speed up the testing portion of this phase a little bit. And so I haven't looked at this code in a while. So the question is, how the hell am I going to win by default? That's really the question. And I think what has to happen is I have to buff my own ship with such a high hit count that the first shot always wins. And Nacor says you putting your own game in game journalist mode. Yes. It's so true. Nacor, it's so true. It's game journalist mode. It's 100% true, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I like that. I'm going to culturally appropriate Nacor's whatever the title there. I am putting my game into game journalist mode. Okay, as you might note, I don't have any color syntax highlighting. I don't have autocomplete. I hate that stuff. It breaks my brain. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm saying that it breaks my brain. I can't. All I see is the colors. I don't remember the code that I created with autocomplete. I have no LSP or linters, or I have none of it. Okay, so it's all green hacker based code because I'm a hacker, and I just like the solid color. It's just easier for me to read. So somewhere in here, when I'm setting up the attack, I'm going to want to buff my own ship with a high hit count. And the question is, where the hell do I do this now? Because it's been too long. Somewhere in here I'm taking turns, and one of the turns that I take is an attack. It's a cannon attack. That's what I want to do. And so if I go and look at my turn order, here's a fake ocean battle. Yeah, that's great. So this is where I lay out the fake ocean battle. Cool. Everything's great. Fantastic. And so here, I fire my cannons, okay? I've edged. Okay, I've edged hard. I'm right on that edge. And it's time to fire the cannons. Those cannons need to release. And this is where okay, here we go, damage dealt. And so I do a random number here. But what I should do, okay, I got it. I know what to do. I always am the first person in this case that takes the shot. I always get to blow my cannons off first because I'm selfish. So, as a result of that, all I really have to do is just go damage equals like 999. And let's see if let's make sure it compiles. Does. Good thing. All right. Now, if that worked, then what I should be able to do is go fire off a cannon. Done. Donezo. And if I end my turn, I'm in victory. Sweet. We're in game journalist mode. First task done. And that's the end of the stream, folks. All right. We got something accomplished. And I'm out of here. Peace out. Kidding. I'm joking. I'm just joking. Okay. What I have to do next. Let me go over here. I need to have a look at this text, and this text is all just placeholder for stuff that I actually want to do when I win a battle. When I win a battle, if I have captains in my fleet who are not assigned to a ship, then I should be able to assign them to a ship from the fleet that I've destroyed. That way I can take that ship over and bring it into my fleet. I can't just take ships out of the enemy fleet willy-nilly. I have to have a captain that can captain the ship. So if I'm going to look at how much of this I've done, because I remember doing some of this. 1 plus available captains. Would you like to bring a ship into your fleet? Okay, I did the gold. You always get a certain amount of gold. Okay, I remember that. Regardless of what happens, as long as you win, you're going to get some gold. So that's great. In the future, I probably want to make it just a touch more realistic. I only want to take the gold that the fleet actually had. But it's fine for now. It's just a static number, which is totally fine. I should probably check to see how many available captains I have, and we'll just work our way down. And I guess one of the other things I should do is the enemy ships that are available. So how many available captains do I have, which is captains not assigned to a ship, but they are part of my fleet? That should always be 0 currently, because I don't really have any other captain. Except I remember there was some chatter. There was some chatter who begged me. They literally begged. They sent me a letter. They sent me a handwritten letter in the mail. What's up, Quad, on Twitch? Good to see you, man. They sent me a handwritten letter, and they're like, please add me as a captain to your fleet. I beg of you. Please, sir. And I said, okay, fine. Who was that person? They're somewhere here. Are they not? I don't see him. Maybe I didn't add them. Maybe it was all talk. All talk and no show. I don't know. I could have swore there was some person in chat and they like they sent me flowers. I mean, it got kind of weird. It would have been right here. Anyway, I don't see them. I see Blackbeard. I see Davy Jones. I see Arvis. I haven't seen Arvis in a while. Laffily, Lawler, Nacor, Travis. But yeah, no, I don't see this other person. So I suppose that could be something I do. I probably want another captain in my fleet who's available, just so we can kind of test that mechanism out. Definitely not Nacor. No, it wasn't Nacor. Nacor wouldn't beg like that. Okay? Nacor wouldn't beg like that. He has too much dignity. He's got too much dignity to beg like that. If he really wanted to be a captain in my fleet, he'd just call me up or something and just be like, hey, Spiro, you're a big dick asshole. Put me in. That's a big assumption using code that suggests the captain's NPC type is. It's quite the assumption, Quad. Yes. I am. You know, I could be. What would you even call that? It's not misgendering. It's like what? Misanthropomorphizing? I don't know. Randy West will be a captain. Are you begging, Randy? Are you begging? NPC type activated. Son of. I would insist on having the largest boobs available. Of course you would, Nacor. I expect nothing less of you. I that lines up with everything I know about you. Okay, well, I kind of have to make a decision here. I sort of want to test this out. I probably should test this out. That does mean, though, that I would also need to add in a second ship on the enemy fleet as well. This is starting to get... All right, well, let's just take it one step at a time. Let's take it one step at a time. Randy West is not begging. So here's what we'll do. Nacor's already the captain of his own fleet, okay? So we're not going to put Nacor as a captain in my fleet. He already has his own fleet. At one point, Nacor and I will cross paths in the game. When I sail, if I set sail here, one of these ships will be Nacor. We'll cross paths and we'll duke it out in a battle. Okay, so we'll do that. It'll be fun. But I think what I'll do is I'll add Randy West. Why the heck not? I'll add him as an NPC. I'll assume he's human. I hope he's human. I hope I'm not I don't even know what the right word would be for that. Miscategorizing your state of being? I don't know. Misdeontologizing. No, not deontologizing. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is. Shut up. Okay? Everybody needs to just shut up. Everybody needs to chill. Okay, first of all, we have to add the NPC enum here. This is a large list of enums which allow me to reference in my JavaScript code, because I export these to JavaScript. They end up just being integer-based identifiers for all the assets that I have in my game. So we're going to go NPC Randy W. Here we go. Miss Species. Yeah, I don't know, Randy. Okay, so it's going to be Randy W. So already now you have a number. Okay. This is nice because then what I can do is I can add as many assets as I want in here. And as long as I reference the enumeration value, I don't have to worry about the integer value. The integer value just carries over, whether it's in the C code, in WebAssembly, or in JavaScript. I just have to reference this name and the value can adjust accordingly. I can add and remove all kinds of enumerations on here, and everything just continues to run nicely. It's a very nice way to keep all this stuff running. So there's no we don't need dialogues here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to create another captain. It's going to be Randy W. I guess you're going to need your own inventory, Randy. So let's add in an enumeration here. Inventory, NPC. Nope, Randy W. And now that we have that, let me see if there's anything else I got to do. I don't think so. No. All right. Now, the initialize captain gives you your own fleet. But in this case, I don't actually want Randy to have his own fleet. Yar is my one line, yeah. I want Randy to be a part of my fleet. So this function, initialize captain, actually has to become restricted. Or I simply create a new function, maybe. I definitely want to initialize the NPC here, for sure. I want to set you up as a captain. You're going to have gold, inventory, stats, whatever. I'm going to need to add you to the storage. But when I go down here and I set the fleet ID, I don't want to initialize a new fleet. I want to pull my fleet and give you the fleet ID of that. So I'm going to remember line 4200. There is a function that I have. Yeah, it's not in here. Okay, perfect. So that's good. I'm not doing anything weird with the test function. So I should be able to... No, here. Let's go like 4237. Initialize captain. So I'm going to do this. Once you've received a captain ID, this is starting to get bad. This is not good programming practice, okay? Don't do what I do, kids. Don't code this way. This is not good. I'm going to put a special case in here. If you are Randy, you get a special case. So we're going to go and do something like if name ID is equal to NPC Randy. And then we're going to do an early return. And whatever happens up here, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. All right. So up here, Randy is going to become a captain in my fleet. That means that I have to go into the fleet structure and add captain IDs, but I have to pull my fleet. All right. Make Vampire the final boss, but with infinite health. Moldy, why do you simp for Vampire so much? It's kind of gross, Moldy. Like, why simp for Vampire this much? It's weird, man. If you love him that much, get married already. Jeez. Why do you have to come on my chat and proclaim your love for Vampire? It's weird, bro. So weird. Okay, well then get player. What functions do I have? I know I have a bunch of functions where I can grab the fleet for the first player, like the main player. Here we go. This one. Get player fleet ID. Oh, perfect. This is what I want. All right. Initialize captain. Go back down to Randy. And the first thing I want to do is, U32 fleet ID. Here we go. All right. So this gives us a fleet ID of, well, I have to change this, don't I? That would be good. Of the first player. Now that I have the fleet ID, sweet. I should be able to go something like storage fleet. I could do like a pointer to this, but it honestly doesn't matter. It's basically going to be pretty performant. And then the captain IDs, I'm going to have to add a captain ID here, and it would be something like the captain ID of Randy, essentially. Let me make sure that that is how I should be adding captain IDs. Max fleet captains. I guess I don't really have a way to tell. This is problematic, isn't it? I have an array of captain IDs, which is just, it's just like, 100 values that point to a captain. But I don't have a way to tell which ones are filled. I suppose I could dummy it for now. Let's just do Grug caveman style code. No, initialize captain. So the caveman style code, if I was smart, I would put in like a tail, like a tracker on this. And I'd go if storage fleet, let's see, data, fleet ID, and then captain ID's I is equal to, I think it's Sentry, yep. Then I would do whatever this is. Fleet ID. And there we go. And then I would just like break out of it. This is stupid caveman style. Don't do this, all right? Reporting to Crispy, yeah, good. Don't do what I'm doing here. It's not a good way to handle this code. Okay, in reality, what I should do is I should have something like, where'd it go? Here went right here. In here, I would have a tracker like I don't know, current captain ID, or I don't know, captain ID tail, something like that, right? And it would track which slots have values in them. So tail might not even cut it, to be honest with you. Anyways, I'm going to leave that be for now. That's a bit of an optimization thing. I have created an error. What's the error? What have I done wrong? Source captain IDs? Oh, huh. Yeah, here we go. And the return value is supposed to be a U32 because we're supposed to return the captain ID. So let's just return the captain ID. And there we go. Now, in the game, I would like to confirm that this works by putting in the captains in my fleet in the start menu here. So why don't we have a look at how to do that? That way we can confirm that our logic is working here. Crispy would be a good boss. He might be a good boss. Yeah, the ultimate vegan. Yeah. You know what? I have a great idea. Here's what I'm going to do. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add in an island on my game. It's a little secluded island. And we're going to call it Papua New Guinea. If you know, you know. If you're on the YouTube side, you know what I'm talking about. I am legitimately considering doing that. Because if you're traveling around the world, you might stumble upon such an island. And you know what happens within certain tribes of that island. There are certain tribes that do particular activities. And maybe you have to go and stop those activities from happening. I'm just saying, I think maybe it belongs in the game. And I think if I wanted to go deep into the lore, I would have a captain that you could only hire at particular related ports. The captain's name would be Peacecraft, and it would be the only captain that would show you the way to where this tribe lived, such that you could stop the tribes of this island from its proclivities. And Peacecraft would have to participate in the stopping of these proclivities. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, all right? There's just a thing that I might add. Just saying, that's all. All right, so in the start menu then, let me see where the start menu is. I think it's player menu. I think it's right here. Yeah, right here. Right here, I want to show all the captains in my fleet. And let's see. I do ships, so I clearly I'm getting the ships out of it, which means that I should be able to get fleet captains by their IDs and then pull their data. This .html ships list gets all this HTML rendered into it, and then we dump it with interpolation right here, and that's what's rendered. So I could just create another panel, and we're going to call this the captains list, and we'll make some assumptions. By the way, this is old school HTML. This isn't even new HTML. You'll note that I'm not using ES6. Again, this is very restrictive on purpose. I'm trying to prove a point that you can get very, very far with almost none of the new fancy bells and whistles that are proclaimed as this is the only way to build websites these days because I'm a fucking dumbass who doesn't know how to code properly. It's like, no, you don't need that shit. Okay, you just have to have discipline and know what the fuck you're doing. That's all. Ross, man, why? Why did you change your name again? Ross on Twitch. Why you do this though? Why you be like this though? Why did you change your name? Are things that bad for you? You wanted this one, but it was taken? I don't know. It sounds like a lot of cope, Ross. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like a skill issue and a lot of cope. No more taken. Well, I'm glad that worked out for you, buddy. Welcome back, Ross. Okay. Welcome back. Also, Ross, you suck. All right. HTML captains. It be literally my name, Ross Wald. Really? Is it really your name? Do I suck too? I do suck too. It's true. I do suck too. Here, we're going to copy HTML ships. And we're going to go HTML captains. I do suck too. Okay, perfect. All right. Now that we know that I suck and don't blow, there is a difference. There is a difference. Pierre Coin, yeah, he doxed himself. What's up, Pierre Coin? Good to see you, man. Okay, here's a problem I have. So I need to zoom in here so you guys can actually see it in case you actually care. So I do have my own, okay, I've got a captain of my own thing here. I've got fleet. Where am my captain at? Here they are. Sweet. Okay, so here you can see, just in case you're wondering how this works, very briefly, you can see I have two values. These are maxed U32 values. That means that they're empty. This is the captain IDs. I literally just have to go and check these IDs against the available captains in the game. That leads me to the captain. So I could literally do something like, let's see. $12. And is it get name? No. Let's see how much gold it is. No. Let's see the NPC ID. That would be 12. Yeah. So I can just literally I can do this. I can reference the captain by the ID, and then I can run functions to like to do that. This is all a manual numerical only bridge between the C code compiled to WebAssembly and the JavaScript code. I literally just extract all of my structs and enumerations out of C, and I put them in JavaScript objects so that I can map directly into the WebAssembly/C memory and pull out all the values I need, just in case that you care about how I'm doing this. Yeah, man, Randy, I'll see you later, man. Enjoy the debate. Good to see you, brother. Okay, so my question here is, why do I have the captain ID as 12 in 2 records? That shouldn't be the case. This is weird. Why is it 12 in both instances? Okay, so what I can do then is let's go see what this captain ID is. First of all, let's step our way through it. So we'll console log the captain ID. If I remember right, this is the way to console log. No. Is it this one? Yeah, okay, so let's see the output here. Okay, the captain IDs look right. That looks legit. The best debugger, yeah, absolutely the best debugger. By the way, this is the only reason why I use the standard library in C for string stuff. It's only as a way to get string console log strings out and back in between WebAssembly/C to the browser and back in. If I wasn't doing that for debugging purposes, I wouldn't even need it. I would need nothing from the standard library. But because it's annoying to do string handling, unless you want to do U8s everywhere, I suppose you could do that too, but even that has a little bit of crap that you have to add onto it. And I'm trying my damnedest to not include third-party libraries, so this is the only reason why I have it. Okay, so the captain ID looks legit here. If I go down here, I want to confirm, I want to make sure that the value stays the same when I hit the Randy W branch, and it sure does. You can see captain ID 12 there, so that's good. So then my question would be, why am I seeing 12 twice in slot 0 and slot 1 on captain IDs? I shouldn't be seeing that. So let's go. I've got an idea. Let's do this. Adding captain to fleet. I should spell it right. Okay, let's see how many times this loop runs. If it runs twice, we've got a problem. It only runs once. That's it. Let's see what the I value is. I value 0. Okay, so everything checks out. Everything looks good. So why the hell, when I go grab my captain IDs, do I see 12 twice? Something ain't right. Am I initiating this twice? I don't think so. Otherwise, we'd see the double output here. What could I be doing wrong? Storage fleet, fleet ID, captain IDs, that would be 0 equals captain ID. Then you would return it. Maybe one thing I can check is just to make sure that it's not like a continuing captain run. I don't want to see this after Randy. And I don't see it. Everything looks good. What the hell? 0 is 12, 1 is 12. I don't like that. Something's not right. There's some kind of fundamental issue that's happening here that should not be happening. So let's go have a look at what we're doing. No, it all looks legit. I wonder if there's a problem with the JavaScript code, maybe, when we're reading this into memory. Let's have a look at our structs. JS structs. Nope, that's not it. Where did it go? Where are you, structures? You'd think... Oh, here we go. All right. Where's the captain struct? Where's the... Oh, game data captain. All right. Let's go have a look at this. In port, on land, in ocean, sailing. Yeah, cool. That's great. General fleet ID. Awesome. Okay, that looks good. What about game data fleet? And then we're going to look at... So total ships, total captains. Yeah, what is the total captains on that, actually? Player, fleet, total captains. It's not a function? Don't tell me it's not a function. Your mom's not a function. It's 1. What? Captain IDs? Looks fun. What the hell? I think this is a memory issue. I'm pretty sure this is a memory issue. We can test it. We can absolutely test this. You know what we're going to do? I'm adding, let's see, who else should I add? Let's add Ross. Let's go for it. Ross is going to be another captain. So we're going to go here. I'm going to add 2 captains to my fleet. Ross W. All right. Okay. And then we're going to go name ID Ross W. Okay, let's see how many captains are added to the list now. 12, 13, 13. Oh, this is definitely... Oh, no. Oh, crap. Okay, there is a way to test this then. I guess what I could do... Oh, man. I'm going to have to run a function, a C-based function, and forget about the JavaScript. Get fleet. There's got to be a function here where I can get, like, get fleet captains, maybe. Yeah, thanks, Ross. I appreciate it, man. Have a good night. Take care of yourself. We'll see you on Monday, if nothing else, man. Okay. Get fleet total captains. And we'll go max fleet captains. Hospital news. I have some hospital news. I don't know if it's Monday, though, but I do have some hospital news in the backlog, yeah. All right. Captain IDs. Okay. So we can go if whatever. Actually, we'll do this. If it's Sentry, then continue. Otherwise, we'll plus the total number of captains. And we'll return it. Okay, so with that function, done, then what I should be able to do is go WASM exports get total fleet what? Get fleet total captains. 3. Crap. It's actually putting it in. What the hell is going on? Okay. Let's try something else. I'm going to print out the total fleet captains. This to... Okay, let's see what happens here. Too few arguments for fleet ID? 0. Here. Captain ID 12 is 2, Captain ID 13 is 3, and I guess that's because I am technically a captain in my own fleet. I must be overriding some value. Yeah, that's probably what's happening. I'm the captain of my own fleet, and then I'm adding 2 more captains. And it's overriding the value, probably because I'm returning early. Yeah. I can confirm it. Zero, 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 zero. Oh, that's not right either, though. Ah, boy. You'd think imperatively flowing this should make sense, but... It's not, because all the output shows correct. PC storage entity. Am I doing weird captain stuff in here? No, there's nothing going on here. Player 1 is the first one that pops up. That's fine. Yeah, there's nothing weird going on here. All right. Yeah, all the fleets look good. Okay, so then here's what I'm going to do. Let's remove all this stuff. And what we're going to do is... We'll take the captain ID. I mean, I'm going to have to fix this function anyway, so I might as well just fix it now. If I simplify this function and move a bunch of the extra stuff to other functions, it will help me to narrow down the scope of this function, and it'll make it easier for me to follow what the hell's going on here. I think this function has become too complicated to the point where I don't even know what the hell's going on. That's a problem. I shouldn't code this way. I'm a master programmer. I should have more control over my code. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't let my code run wild like this. All right, so let's break this down. When I initialize the captain, I do not want to add this captain to a fleet unless I specifically say that I do. And when I add the captain to a fleet, then I can initialize some default values like storage, ships, etc. All of this stuff can actually stay the same. I can just put this in a different function. So I can literally just do that right now. I should keep the return captain ID at the end, because we absolutely want that. And then I'm going to go like initialize captain fleet. I don't know what the input parameter is going to be just yet. I think it's okay to make this a void. I don't think we need to return anything. Maybe fleet ID. Let's maybe return the fleet ID. And let's take in the same parameters. Name ID. And we should probably take the captain ID. All right, so now that we have name ID, captain ID, then we're going to want to point captain to it. Storage captain, data, captain ID. Name ID I don't think we need in this case, because we'll just get it out of the captain ID. So we could even just go name ID is equal to captain name ID. This is kind of weird, but it's fine. All right, and then let's see what else we might need. Where's the fleet ID? Yeah, okay, we're creating it here. Okay, all this looks fine. All right. Then I'm going to take, actually no, I'm going to take out all this custom stuff with Randy and Ross. First, we're going to make sure we haven't broken anything. We have. Because it's not captain. It's data captain. Initializing with an expression of incompatible type. Right, because we want to point to... We want a pointer to it. And then we're going to need to change all this crap, because pointers use arrows, not dots. All right, so far so good. Then I'm going to go down to where Randy and Ross are, and we're going to customize this. So I'm going to go Randy W captain ID. Okay. And fleet ID. No, what I should do is I should put this in a function too. Add captain to player fleet. And we'll go Randy W captain ID. Then we'll go back up here, and then we'll wrap our custom code in this function. That should help decouple a lot of the logic. And then we can just figure out where the hell we're going wrong here. We've got the fleet ID. Yeah, that's fine. We've got the captain ID. Yeah, so far so good. It's a void, so we don't need to return anything. And first time. Okay, cannot read properties of ships. Ship IDs. Shut up. Okay? Shut it. I know. Just shut it. I don't want to hear your complaints. Just do what I ask you to do. Isn't this vibe coding? Captain ID. We're going to have to go in here. We're going to have to put... this is going to be annoying. Initialize captain. Yeah. There's probably a better way to handle this. How would I do that? What would be smarter? I'm not sure right now. Okay, I'm just not sure, so just shut up. All right, there we go. So now there's two captains. Finally. But they're both 12. They're both 12. Thank you for the follow, whoever just dropped a follow on Twitch. I appreciate it. Thank you. These are the wrong values. This shouldn't be 12. I wonder what the values are if I just don't do this. Nothing. Okay. What the hell? Why is this getting added twice? Captain ID 12.2. Where is that output? Captain ID 12. Total captains 2. 0. I value is 0. And captain, that would be the captain ID. This makes no sense. So either I am actually adding it twice, or the JavaScript memory is bad. So in this case, I suppose let's just see what the values are inside of WebAssembly and then compare that to the JavaScript code. If the JavaScript does not have the same captain IDs as the WebAssembly code, like the WebAssembly memory, then we know that there's an issue with the memory mapping. So I would have to go something like, let's just do it here. Storage, fleet, data, fleet ID, and captain IDs 0. So that's the first one. And then the second one. Okay, let's see what this says. I have to put in the... Twelve two 12 12. Oh no, it's something in the code. Sup, Kaved on YouTube. Good to see you. There's something in the code that is absolutely adding the captain twice. Fine. Fine. I'll just console log the entire thing. 12 1 minus 1 12. What? Wait, what? No way. Was there an errant line of code that duplicated the captain? Was it just that one line of code? Yeah. I was inadvertently adding all this the past 30 minutes because I was inadvertently adding the captain twice through one line of code that my eyes couldn't pick up on. All that. I should have just pulled out ChatGPT. I should have just pulled out AI. It would have done this in no time. I would have 30 minutes of my life back. I could go hug my kid, you know? I could go hug my wife, right? I could have played a video game. Like, this could have been way more fun. 30 minutes gone. I'm never getting that back. Oh well. Okay, well, at least we know that this is working. That greatly simplifies the code. I did have to fix a bunch of that code anyways, so that's fine. So now if I go and look at the captain IDs, there we go. That's it. And then if I go try and grab the captain, that's Randy W. If I was to, for example, do 13, there's Ross W. All right, perfect. Now what I can do is I'll just add Ross to my fleet as well. We'll check and make sure. All good still, and there we go. All right, great. I'm doing well, Kavid. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you. All right. We're going to go and take this get fleet total captains function, and we're going to make a new function. It's going to be essentially the same thing, but we're going to call it get fleet total free captains. In order to determine whether a captain has been assigned to a ship, I think in the data captain struct, I can tell if they are assigned to a ship. No, it's not here. No, it's not here. How about data fleet ship? It's here. Oh, man, this is going to be weird. Battle, you'd be doing better if you didn't suck so much. I know. Tell me about it. I get calls from your parents every day asking me if Battle still sucks. I'm like, yep. Unfortunately, it has been statistically measured, and he continues to suck. And then they're like, okay, well, I guess it is what it is. I'm like, yeah, you're just going to have to deal with it. I'm like, yeah. Sorry, Battle. All right, so I'm going to have to go get... Crap. I have to go get the fleet ships, go through each fleet ship, see if the captain ID matches one of the captains in my fleet, and if it doesn't, then they're free. That's stupid. That's so dumb. They're racist against Canadians. I know, they tell me all the time. But they still call me, that's how much you suck. Yeah, so... Battle, if you think about it, you suck so much that you surpass racism. It would be nicer if I could put it into the captain struct and say that they are the captain of a ship. That way I can just go through the captains in my fleet and see which ones are free. That's probably better, but then I'd have to make sure that I mapped it on both sides. You are a unifier that way, Battle. I know, it's fantastic. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, it still means you suck. I guess I can do this. Captain of ship ID. I really don't like this, though. It complicates things so much, because then I have to track the captains of the ships in two different places. And if I ever add a captain or remove a captain from a ship, I have to make sure that both structs get updated. I really want to try and avoid this unless I really have to, because it's just going to be like, now I'm going to have to write handhold functions to make sure that I don't screw this up. And that gets really annoying. I don't think I have a set captain or set fleet ship captain. I don't really have any one. I guess I could make a function for it and just man up and deal with it. I really hate this. I'm really trying hard to keep this code simple. This feels not right. If I'm going to caveman it and keep it simple, then I would literally go through each fleet ship, check the captain IDs, go through all the captain IDs, and see which ones match up. But that's actually even more complicated code. Damn it. And less performant. There's a way to win here. There's a way to win. Do I create a new struct? Do I create... I could create a new struct. I could create a new array, which would just be fleet ships. Fleet ship IDs with an array of captain IDs. I could do that. Then I don't have to go through each captain. Then I just have to go through a single array that maps fleet ship IDs to captain IDs. Hey, D-Daver, good to see you, man. Hey, Battle. Hey, Battle. Hey, Battle. Hey, Battle. Hey, Battle. Hey, bro. Battle, bro. Hey, Battle, bro. Shut the fuck up. Am I making a relational database? Kind of. Kind of, D-Daver. What's up, Vibecode.org on YouTube? I don't like your name, Vibecode.org. I don't like your username, all right? I don't appreciate that. How dare you come on my stream? Then you don't have to think about it. Just npm install it. Damn. So, damn it. I don't like this. I could go fleet ship IDs and it would be max fleet ships and then crap. Okay, what if I simplified it? You're the vibe code king? Shut up, vibe code, alright? Shut up. Okay? If you've watched any of my daily tech news streams, you know what I think of you, Vibe Code. Shut your dirty mouth. Just here to help. Thanks, Battle. I appreciate it. Okay, I actually do have a simpler way to do this then. It's 50k name. You should like it. Well, I didn't have to pay for it, so I don't have to like it. He sucks. You know what? Battle, you suck. Fleet ship captains. Okay, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to have an array. It's going to be part of the fleet, and the index of the array will map to the ship ID. The value of the array will map to a captain ID. If the value is the sentinel value, the sentry value, then I know that that ship does not have a captain. That doesn't help me at all. Because I want to know how many free captains I have. It's the reverse of this. It's how many captains are assigned to a ship. So I suppose I could go like this, fleet captain ships. And this would be the way to do it, is how many captains do I have? And the index would map to the captain ID. No, that doesn't work either. Hey, you did Vibe Code? You paid £2,000 for it last year, and now it's worth 50,000k. Well, good for you. I don't know what the hell you're doing here then. On some stupid ass streamer's stream. Not capable of figuring out simple data structures. You should take your money and go have fun. This is your form of fun. I don't know what to tell you, man. Just want to know how many free captains I have. Captain IDs assigned to ships. But then I'm down to the same thing, is that I have to assign it in both places. I have to assign it here to the fleet ship struct, and then I'd have to assign it up here. In that case, why not just move it all on up to the data captain? There's literally no difference. It's the same abstraction, just in a different spot. All I'm doing is coming up to the same the same conclusions, but in a different spot. Why not? I'm not rich. Okay, that's fair, vibe. That's fair. As long as you're having fun, man. You can watch this. You can watch a high school dropout struggle with basic data. I'm just recreating the same data issues. I'm trying to keep this simple, but I'm not sure that there's a way around this. It just if my intuition is telling me that I'm overcomplicating this, but I guess I don't have much of a choice. All right, so if I was to do this properly, then data fleet ship, data fleet captain. I would go through the data fleet captains here. And then I would see if they have a ship. It'd be right here. And as stupid as this is going to be, it's going to be more efficient if I do it this way. I don't like it. You need a join table. Yeah, I need a join table. I know, you just arrived, so you know everything, yeah. It kind of is a join table, to be honest with you. That's one of the problems with keeping this stuff this simple. It's nice when you're streamlined, but as soon as you start needing to do more complicated things, then it starts to get a little bit weird. You can still work around it, but you have to think really hard about the short and long-term consequences. I could caveman this, how many captains are in my fleet and how many of them are assigned to a ship, but I have to go through two different data structures, two different arrays, and then keep a temporary third array and compare the two initial arrays and then filter out the third array, and whatever's left tells me what captains I have that are free. That's not very performant, though, especially if your fleet... I mean, ultimately, it's going to be like negligible, because the amount of captains and ships that you have in your fleet are going to be, next to nothing. It's going to be like maybe 40 or 50 in total. So it's going to run really blinking fast. But I don't want to go down that road unless I really, really, really have to. Like, I'm doing this on purpose. I'm agonizing over little details like this on purpose. So it's annoying. Speaking of fun, I need to go change my oil. Don't forget to say how much I suck. I need humility to temper my raging narcissism. Well, Battle, first, if you could learn how to English and spell, that would probably help, because you suck at that. Once you get past that point, I'll tell you about everything else you suck at, which is everything. Have fun changing your oil, which you're probably going to suck at too. On that note, Twitch sucks. I was waiting for it. I was kind of holding my breath, waiting for the response. There it is. All right, so on that note, what am I doing with Data Fleet Captain then? Am I even setting Data Fleet Captain? I don't even think I'm using this. I have an entire data struct that I don't think I'm using. I indeed am not. I have this whole thing to separate out captains from fleet captains, because they are actually different. You can have a captain that doesn't belong to a fleet, and I'm not even using it. God, I suck at this. What the hell? All right, so if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to have to go initialize captain, and I'm going to have to clean all this up. All this to get the victory conditions right. Damn. What a boring stream. Who would sit here and watch this crap? I know I wouldn't. Yeah, we're going to have to go clean all this up. I'm going to have to do it anyways. It's going to have to happen. So I guess I'm going to do it now. Yeah, because I don't see a way around this. When I initialize the captain fleet, I'm going to have to add in here storage fleet captain. Yeah. Storage fleet captain. And we'll have a look at. So the ID would be, I don't know, what's the ID on this? I guess we have to add it to the storage. And then whatever the ID is, yeah, okay. All right, so whatever this is then. Okay, so we'll do add storage. It'd be something like this. Add storage fleet captain. And we're going to pass in a fleet captain struct. Fleet captain ID. And we're going to create a data fleet captain. And then we're going to, well, we have to clear the struct and make sure. Never take for granted that your structs are clear, all right? Always clear them all the time. Don't take things for granted like I do, because then you end up being like me and you become a complete idiot. All right, so fleet captain, captain ID is going to be captain ID, which we're passing in from an originally created captain. That's kind of separate from this. The fleet captain fleet ID is going to be from here, from fleet ID. What else are we missing from the struct here? Nope, wrong place. So we want name ID, which we can get from the captain. Pretty sure we can get from the captain. And then we want ship ID. Ship ID will be empty unless you're assigned to a ship. Okay, captain name ID. Perfect. And then fleet captain ship ID will just be, we'll just say it's Sentry. Although we don't need this because the clear struct function already set Sentinel values for us. Does this even work right now? That's just 4 lines of code. Nope, not even 4 lines of code. Can't even get away with 4 lines of code. Captain's not a point. Of course it's not a pointer. You're right. It's a struct I made right here on demand. So, I mean, it is a pointer. That's what I mean. And use of undeclared identifier add storage fleet captain. Well, I'm sorry, but hate to break it to you, code. But there's absolutely an add storage function. I just didn't apply it for this, that's all. But don't tell anyone. Okay. What now? Incompatible oh geez, more of these. Undeclared identifier, assign storage. That's because I need an assign storage function here. I gotta do that. Let me just do that real quick. It would be like this. Assign storage fleet captain. Let's just do that right now. Okay. Fine, the compiler called me out on my BS. Nope. That should be idea. That's consistent. Data fleet captain, though. All right. And storage fleet captain. Name ID, ship ID, fleet ID, captain ID. Don't worry about that. Name ID, captain ID, fleet ID. Sure, yeah. Okay, all good. Let's see what else it freaks out about. It does not have a return value. You don't have a return value. 2498? Sure. Oh, right. Because I have a function that I don't do anything with. That's fine. We'll do that. Anything else you got? No? Nothing? Good. Pwned. First shot. First try. Okay, so we've initialized the captain in a fleet. Now that we have a captain in a fleet, we probably need to change some of our JS code to capture the fact that you're no longer grabbing captains directly from the captain storage, because that might not belong in fleets, but that's fine for now. I think our references are okay. It's a bit circular though. I don't like it, but anyway, I'll fix it. So now we have that. What we can do is put fleet captain ship ID to equal any ship that we've added the captain to, which should be none. It should be none. If I just run with this just the way it is, then I actually should be able to go to the get fleet total free captains. Yeah. We're going to go over here. We're going to go grab the captains. We're going to go max fleets. Yeah, max fleet captains. Port Marca. And then we'll go storage, fleet captain, data, ship ID. If this is empty, no, it'd be free captains. Okay, let's just see what this returns. I can take out this to do. What should happen is this will just grab it from all fleets. That's fine for now. If I run this function, get fleet total free captains. Let's go 0. It's going to be, what? 1? I guess it's so, yeah, because there's only one captain that I've added this way. That makes a ton of sense. So far, so good. I suppose we could filter by fleet ID. It's a little bit not really super performant, but fleet ID is equal to fleet ID. It should still be 1. Perfect. Still 1. All right. Now, let's think about this. So if I go back to initialize captain, so now that I've got all that scaffolding sorted out, I want to essentially take this and run it in here. When I add a captain to the player fleet. Like right here. I don't want to run it when I initialize the fleet. I want to run it right here when I set as a captain. So I create a new fleet captain. And I add it, and the fleet ID would come from there. This should work. Let's see. Oh, I need to reference the captain. Okay, so then where's the captain ID? So I would have to go data, captain, pointer to captain. I forgot to actually point to it. Let's see if this shuts the hell up, which it does. 2. Sweet. All right. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. Now we have a way to get our actual total free captains in our fleet, and it's not the slowest thing in the world. I will have to go back and go figure out other places you have to reference data fleet captain instead of just data captain. I have to go figure that out, but I can do that another time. This works for now. That now means I should be able to do something like player dot fleet ID, I believe it is, or maybe it's fleet dot ID. Is it that one? Yeah. So if I go WASM exports get fleet total free captains of the player's fleet ID, it's 2. Now I can go back to where we started at the very beginning, and I can go, where is it? Ocean Battle? Here. I have how many captains available? Total free captains. We're going to interpolate that. We're going to go like this. Total free captains is equal to player dot fleet dot ID, and then we're going to go, well, actually, we're just going to do this. Let's just copy this over. Like that. All right, let's see what happens now. What have I done? Where's the other fleet? Oh, right. What's up, Spike? Happy middle-aged man writes fake code. Yeah, it's true. Caught red-handed. Why'd you have to call me out like that, Spike? That's not cool, man. I thought we were friends. Oh, this is so stupid, but... why don't I just do this then? There we go. Okay. Code is green, you know it's hacker typer. Also, JavaScript is fake. JavaScript is fake. It's super fake. It's 100% fake. Also, fake Vim. It's not even... yeah, it's not even real Vim. What the hell am I doing? I should win. I win. I winned. I have 2 available captains. All that work, almost an hour of work just to show that we have 2 available captains. Oh. Because I spent like an hour trash talking chat because you all fucking suck. Every single one of you. Especially Spike. Spike sucks the worst. Have you ever seen Spike code? I haven't, but based on his chat history alone, I know that his code sucks. Just saying. Okay, that's great. We're actually showing how many captains we have available. If I wanted to show it over here on the start menu, I can do that too. So I could put in, where is it? Captains list. Let's see if I can just captain IDs. I would just go through the captain IDs here. Player.fleet.captain IDs. This is the dude who gets flummoxed by the burrow checker. No. Do you know why that's not true? I can't get flummoxed by something I don't use, Spike. If I don't use it, I can't get flummoxed by it. Suck on that. That's 4D chess. You're out here playing checkers. I think I won that debate. Wouldn't you say, everyone? I think I won that one. Hands down, I won that one. Anxious avoidance? No, that's intelligent avoidance. That's the kind of avoidance that smart people make. This is not right, because I gotta go like this. I'm good at right, Spiro. Don't make yourself look like a fool in front of all your friends. Alright, there we go. And then we're gonna go, sure. And then get name. Yeah. And then that should be it. That should actually be it. Alright, so we could do that. If I get name. Oh. Oh, I see. There we go. There's Randy. There's Ross. Spike's not on here. Spike's not listed on here because he's not part of my fleet. Because Spike sucks. Because he has to depend on a burrow checker. It even sounds stupid. Burrow checker. I'm in debt, so I have to have a burrow checker. Like, just man up. Like, what the hell are you even talking about? Now, I have a question. Oh, I see. Okay. No. I don't have a question anymore. I answered my own question, okay? I'm fine. Shut up. I've got my own question answered. So, this is kind of weird. No, it's not. This is right. This is a table layout. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, that's good. Finally. It's kind of weird to do this, but... And then we're going to end the turn. And there we go. We have two. Sweet. Are Link shadow banned? No. Well, I don't know. I haven't shadow banned them. Did you literally just... Okay, hang on. Spiro, the burrow checker sucks. No, don't use Rust. It's not even safe. Spike, the burrow checker sucks. Can't even make a meme. Yeah. Basically, that's a good summary. That's a pretty good summary, I have to admit. Good job, Spike. You did a good job on that one. I particularly like me in this because I look like a complete idiot, which I am. It's very lifelike. It's so lifelike. It's almost like you took an actual photo of me and put it on there. Hey, Ray. Good to see you on the YouTube side. Ray on YouTube says he's at 30 IQ. That's like 15 more IQ than I have. So you're beating me, Ray. Behind everything talking about Windows 11. Man, Windows is going downhill. Windows has lost the plot. It's jumped the shark. It absolutely, it's gone. It's over. Current state of OS is terrible. And unfortunately, Linux is getting, it's becoming not good. How about that? It's not good. It's not good the way that Linux is going. I don't know, man. It's this entire industry is just so fucked. It's so fucked. It's so fucked. But what am I going to do about it, huh? What? I'm going to start a stream and start complaining about it? Showing people how fucked it is? Who would do that? You have to be insane to do that. You have to be really crazy to do that. Not enough respect. No, I don't think Torvalds respects his own work enough anymore. No real company wants to do a functional distro. I hope you don't mean functional programming, Ray. I hope you don't mean no real company wants to do a distro based on functional programming. I would take them even less seriously if that's what they wanted to do, okay? People do a million half-baked distros, nothing works on desktop. Yeah. Yeah. I know, it's really bad. The state of just the state of a lot of things is really bad right now in tech. And it's literally down to your operating system. And actually even beyond that, it goes into the hardware. It's pretty bad. You want a distro made in React Native? You're banned, Ray. You're banned. You're perma-banned. They made an OS in React. It's called React OS. No, it's not. No, it's not. I know about it's not React OS, okay? It's not a real thing. They just named it React OS. Okay? It's not actually React JS. It's not the JS. Okay, Dever, you can't pull me in like that, bro. I can't be duped. You can't dupe me. I'm already black-pilled beyond belief. You can't dupe me into further black-pillness, alright? It does not going to work on me. Ray, Apple chips are good now, though. I don't know. They might be. I don't actually know enough about them to make a judgment call. The state of hardware in general is not so good. That's the only thing I would say. All right, so this set of HTML should only show up if we actually have more than, if total free captains is greater than 1, then we do this, and then we'd get the yeah. So we go like that, do that, and we'll go I don't know what to call this. Sure, total free captains HTML for now. We just need a place to put it and see how we're gonna piece this thing together. Total free captains HTML. Okay, so at this point, then what we're gonna do is, if the total free captains is greater than 1, like you have more than one free captain in your fleet, like Randy or Ross, then once you defeat an enemy fleet, then we're going to show you the ships that we'll have to put in. We'll have to put in a little thing here. Show enemy ships that still have hull greater than 0 and crew greater than 0. It has to be both. No, just hull. Actually, it's just the hull. That's it. Who cares about the crew? You just take over the crew and you just enforce your will on the enemy crew. That's it. If you've taken it, if you have defeated the enemy fleet, the crew just has to bend to your will. We're just going to accept that. So as long as the ships, the enemy fleet ships, have not been completely and utterly destroyed down to zero, that means that they are still available for you to bring them into your own fleet, so long as you have a captain that is available to captain that ship. You can't just have a captainless ship, otherwise the crew doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Kind of like having a ship full of React developers. There's no captain on such a ship. It's just a bunch of shit guiding their own shit through the shit that is the ocean. That's it. At least captain that shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if this works. We're going to compile everything just to make sure, although I probably don't actually have to do that. We're going to go do a battle here. We're going to attack this ship. My damage modifier is so high, I should get an instant win, which I do. And there we go. Perfect. Now, I can test this theory, and I should, by removing the fleet captains that I added to my own fleet. Add captain to player fleet. I should just be able to do this. They're no longer part of my fleet. If I open up the start menu, I don't see them. If I do the battle, then I shouldn't see that portion of HTML that gives me, yeah, there we go. It's gone. Sweet. Finally, some progress. Okay. I'm not going to lie. It's difficult to write this code by yourself, hand code it, every little thing, and agonize over every little aspect. And, I'm sure AI could have figured out what I needed to do here to some degree, but even then, I don't even think I would trust it still. For even something as simple as this, I'd have to go and check how it came up with a solution. I don't even think it would be smart enough to break down the logic into separate functions. I don't even think it would do that much. I mean, I could be wrong, but anyway. Okay, so we're here. This is good. There's a bunch of repetitive code that I'm going to clean up here. I don't think this is required, but hey, it is what it is. So then what I need to do is come up with a way to determine which ships are in the enemy fleet that I didn't knock down to zero. And this is where it gets tricky. Eventually I would have to go and figure. That's what I think too, DDaver. I think eventually I would have to go into the AI generated code. Like, it's what? So I've been streaming for 2 hours, but I haven't been working on this for the whole time. I've been talking with chat. So let's be generous. Let's say an hour and a half of straight coding. Although I don't actually think I think it's more like an hour. So I just spent an hour to get something as simple as, how do I determine how many captains do I have in my fleet, and how many of them are assigned to a ship in my fleet? And the ones that are not assigned to a ship in my fleet are free. They are free to be captains of other ships. When I win a battle here, I can go and take enemy fleet ships and bring them onto my fleet, so long as I have a captain available. That was an hour worth of code, and I had to deconstruct a bunch of existing code. And there was a bunch of debugging because there was one line of code that was errant that I didn't really pay attention to. Could AI have figured it out? It is possible that it could have figured it out. Would it have figured it out the same way as I did? I doubt it. And then I would have been like, what the hell are you doing here? Why did you do it this way? And then I just would have had to do it myself. And this code, by the way, the sad part is that this code is not actually that complicated. We're talking about just straight up functions with inputs and outputs. I'm barely using structs. There's no classes, there's no object inheritance, there's no entity component system. Everything is everything is rendered, immediate mode rendered. So on every frame, everything gets rendered in the DOM. Like, there's nothing crazy happening here. And I still think that AI would not be able to do the stuff that I'm doing here which is a sad thing to think about. All right, so get fleet. I would need to see which fleet ships in the battle, enemy fleet ships, which have a hull value greater than 0, which means I didn't just cannon them out. How would I even do a victory condition on that, though? I would have to knock off... I would have to bring down all enemy ships to a boarding crew of nothing. That could be considered a victory. I can't duel captains right now, so I can't duel the main captain of the fleet or the general of the fleet. I can't... If I cannon attack all the ships, I'm kind of stuck in a bad loop, right? I'll never get to the point where I do the victory condition because all the hulls will be nothing. So I kind of do have to do the boarding attack. I have to do crew to crew attack. And then I have to buff up my damage multiplier on that by quite a bit. All right. All right. Let's go figure this out. Where's my damage multiplier? Damage. 999. Okay, so for this one, we'll put it back to normal. Actually, what I should do is I should put it to like 1. Remove after testing. That way, there's no chance that a random number will spawn that will completely obliterate me in one shot. And then I'll put the damage on this one to 999. All right. Now, the enemy fleet does not do boarding. They don't do crew-to-crew attacks. So this should give me an advantage. Let's just make sure this works. No, not that. We'll go over here. We'll end the turn. This guy's going to attack me. How much do I have left? 19. Sweet. And then I'm going to go right up here, and then I'm going to do a crew attack. Okay. If I end the turn, sweet. That will be the way that I test which ships have a hull value that's greater than 0. So I'm going to go free blah, 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 blah. Okay, so U-32, get fleet, total ships, hull greater than 0. I don't know. Stupid name. That's what happens when you don't have a strong static type system and you still use const pointers. Hey, Spike. Hey, Spike. Buddy, pal, my friend. I strong static typed your mom last night. I'll just let that settle in for you. I'll just let that settle in. You can just enjoy that. Total ships. Crap. Max fleet ships. Frozen seemed to like that. So I win. I win simply by getting laughter out of Frozen. That's the requirements. Put storage fleet ID. Okay, storage fleet. Ah, crap. So what is this then? I guess I could go through all the... I guess I could go through all the fleet ships. Yeah, sure. I could go through all the fleet ships, and then if fleet ID is equal to fleet ID... This is not quite... I'm kind of meh on this. I don't think this is going to be very performant, but let's just see if this even works. Data I. Ship ID. Ah, man, I'm going to have to go reach into the ship, aren't I? Am I? Don't I have? No, I gotta get to the damn ship. Yep. Let's see. Durability? Capacity? Well, which one is it? I think it's durability. Not hull. Durability. This is brain dead code. This is not good code. I hate this. Your static type systems are recalled, man. Darth Vader. I'm stronger than the last time we battled. I do kind of wonder if you could map programming languages to Star Wars characters, what would that look like? What would that be? What would the characters be? You strike down my type system, I'll be more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Yeah. Man, Star Wars is ruined too. Star Wars is completely ruined too. Hang on, what did I just hear? Oh, Frozen, thank you for subbing, man. That's awesome. Subscribing for a month. Going on 2 months. Damn, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's great. I appreciate the support. It's yeah, no, I genuinely mean that. Thank you, Frozen. That means a lot. It's been a wild ride, man. So yeah, all the support, even just having people on here to chat and trash talk and make fun of each other, it's good times. I really appreciate it. Spike. Okay. Haskell, Yoda. Oh, Camel is Luke. Okay, hang on. Haskell is Yoda. Oh, Camel is Luke. Rust is Obi-Wan. C++ is Vader. JavaScript is Jar Jar Binks. TypeScript is Jabba. So, like, C isn't even on there, Spike? Bro, I think you done me dirty. Mercy sub for sucky people. Shut up, Battle. Thanks, Frozen. I appreciate it, man. You know what? I'll take it. More Mercy subs, please. I am but a poor, starving programmer. More Mercy subs, I beg of you. I need to do the battle. Ocean battle. Okay, we have to go look at the ocean battle. I can't do the player's fleet ID. It has to be ocean battle dot total fleets. No, turn order fleets. Yeah, probably turn order fleets. We could, I suppose, just do this for now since we know there's only 2 fleets. So ocean battle dot turn order fleets 1. I don't like this either, but we're trying to prove the concept here, okay? Just chill out, everybody. C is Leia. Jabba is Java. What the hell? C is Anakin? That's fair, but falls apart because C never became CPP. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Why is C Leia? Jabba is... yes, Jabba the Hutt is Java. Yes. That I can buy. No, wait. No, no. I know who Jabba is. I know who Jabba the Hutt is. Are you guys ready for this? No, I actually figured it out. I got it. Hang on. I got it. Ready? I'm going to type it on screen. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Jabba the Hutt is NPM. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. We did it, boys. We won the internet today. We won the internet today. All right, let's see if I can figure this out here. Okay, so we're going to do that. Yeah, you're going to come at me. Yeah, come at me, bro. I don't care. Yeah, I'm going to get closer to you. You're going to probably get... Oh, sweet. You're going to make my life easy. I'm going to attack you. You're going to go down to 0. And then I'm going to end the turn, and the victory condition is going to be here. Show enemy ships that still have hull greater than 0. 1. I did it again. I've won the internet again. That's exactly what I needed to see. There is one ship in the enemy fleet. It has hull greater than 0. All the crew was taken out. I have captains available to take over that ship. Sweet. We're cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking Pizza the Hut. You guys remember that? You guys know the reference? Come on, somebody out there knows the reference to Pizza the Hut. One person tell me that they know the reference to Pizza the Hut. Newt Gunray is React. Newt Gunray. What? Who the hell is Newt Gunray? Spaceballs, yeah. Newt Gunray is React? Really? I don't know how I feel about that one, Battle. I'm not sure that I'm buying into this. I don't think that's... I don't know. I think we can do better for React. Newt Gunray. I know who you're talking about now. Now I recognize it. Newt Gunray. Who would Newt Gunray be? Maybe it is React. Maybe you're onto something, Battle. Because it infects everything and it's a sloppy piece of shit. It slid its way into everything. It kind of played both sides. It was everywhere. And it's a sloppy, slimy, ugly piece of fucking shit. That could be React. To be fair, that could be React. I can see that, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's slimy and it's driven only by short-term profit. You know, now that we talk about it, the more we talk about it, Battle, the more I'm buying into this. Yeah. Yeah, so you know what? We have now begun. Okay, New Gunray equals React. You know what? I'll go for another 15 minutes before I end the stream. I was only going to go for a couple hours today anyways. We accomplished some things, which is good. We'll keep working on the victory conditions. We'll plug away at it. But while I'm going to go back to working on victory conditions, but for the next, 10, 20 minutes, something like that, let's figure out other characters. So we need React. We need to do something that we should cover C, probably C++, Java, right? So Java needs a new home. I'm not sure how I feel about Haskell and OCaml. I'm not sure how I feel about them. I suppose Rust needs to be somewhere. Let's title this. If, I don't know, programming thing here were Star Wars characters. All right, so I'm going to leave that up. You guys can fire off ideas. We've got React, we've got npm/node modules. I suppose maybe you could do JavaScript here. That could cover Node. That could cover front end. Whatever, right? And then while you guys are thinking on that, I'm going to keep going a bit here. So this is ugly code. This is very ugly code. What I should really do, I would have to kind of, okay, let's put this in a variable. Total, I don't know, capturable ships. It's not a real word, but let's just go with it. And then the enemy fleet ID. Okay. That's a touch better, and that's gonna this little simple change here is going to allow us to well, actually we can do it right now. If I go for let's go B for whatever, and then I go ocean battle dot turnover fleets length. Okay, and then sure, whatever, and then the fleet ID, I'll go like this for total capturable ships. And then we'll just pop this up here. We'll just do this. We'll go B. And then we'll just do if, oh, actually, we don't even need that. Okay, I got it. Skip 0, because 0 is always going to be player 1's fleet. Total capturable ships. Okay. I'll just do a quick test on this. Just a quick test. Okay. Yeah, good. Come at me, bro. Gotcha. Everything's good. Sweet. Okay, that cleaned it up a bit. That actually cleaned it up quite a bit. Sweet. Actually, I don't... to do... It's got to be per fleet ships, I think. We'll have to break this out per fleet. In any case, let me see what you guys are typing here. Grievous is C++. Maybe languages for ethereal force characters like Sith, Jedi, Normie types are libraries. Grievous is Rust. You see Grievous is Rust? Hang on. D-Daver in battle. Why is Grievous C++ and why is Grievous Rust? Or Rust. I spelt Grievous wrong. Why would it be... Well, you know what? I see it now. I had to think about it, but I see it now. I see it now. Over-engineered with ton of weapons and still loses, yeah. So, which one would it be, though? Would it be C++ or would it be Rust? We have to decide. It can't... Grievous cannot be both, unfortunately. There are plenty of Star Wars characters. So, if we're gonna, you know... I'm just saying, it can't be both. We can't mix it up like that. So we got to go with one. Could be either, but I just like C++ more. Yeah, that's fair. I mean that's fair. I'm I don't know which one to pick. I'm gonna go with C++. I'm gonna say Grievous is C++. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna say this. That's all. Count Dooku is Rust. So we still need C, and we need JavaScript, Java, Haskell. Okay. I know. Stormtroopers. I figured it out. JavaScript. Particularly because they have shitty aim. Okay, so there's JavaScript done. Okay, I know now. Uh, Damn it, what's his name? What the hell? How do I not remember the bounty hunter's name? Boba Fett. Okay, got that. So now we just need C and Java. Okay, I know who Java is. I figured out who Java is. Um, and I figured out who C is. Um, we got it, boys. That's it. We did it. We did it. We've won the internet. Yet again. Yeah. I like it. I'm gonna post this on X. I think it'll draw some attention. If there are any disagreements, speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay. I think that's pretty much going to be it for me today. We did make some progress, even though it's stupid, but we got a bunch of data out the door, so we can actually work with. We can figure out which ships need to be taken over. We're gonna do cargo stuff next. We already got gold working. The victory condition is working. We just have to do some transferring of cargo and transferring of ships now. It's a little bit annoying because we're going to have to do some of the UI stuff, but at this point, most of the big stuff is done. I probably need to do a little bit of cargo functions. Probably to get a list of cargo. That's going to be, yeah, the UI on this is going to be weird. We'll have to solve that. That's probably the last big thing on this victory screen. The number of ships that are available, and even if you're not taking over a ship, they're going to have cargo in them, which you can absolutely take for your own, whatever, for your own purposes, because you have adequately destroyed the fleet, so it's yours for the taking. So moving cargo around is going to be an interesting UI thing. Moving cargo around, I have functions for it. Let me just check real quick here. Tabbed over. Wait, where's Jar Jar? Oh, Jar Jar. Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, what's Jar Jar Binks? Let me think on that, and let me go have a look at my cargo functions real quick. Cargo space. Cargo, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Cargo space. This is remodeling. Get available cargo space. Seen goods shop, get total loaded cargo space. Okay, so I do... clearly, I have lots of functions to get cargo space. But do I... Here we go. These are the goods. Right here. Okay, so I do have a way to get the goods out of here. Alright, so that's not so bad then. Yammle? Could Jar Jar Binks be Yammle? I mean, maybe. Jar Jar Binks could be Yammle. Yammle? Baba can't be both Haskell and O'Camel. They're very different. Yoda is Haskell. You're missing Luke. Jar Jar should be JS for sure. That's the funniest option. No, I know. Jar Jar can't be JS. It's got to be the Stormtroopers. Because there's so much shit, and none of them can aim. So particularly because they have shitty aim, and all of them are also shit. Stormtroopers are TypeScript? What? Really? I don't know about that. No, I'm not willing to say Yoda is Haskell. I'm not going to put Haskell and O'Camel at on such high pedestals. I'm not willing to do that, all right? This is my list. Make your own list. Yeah, because it's not real type safety, a name and a miss. That's good. I like that. So then Jar Jar would be JavaScript? Okay, I like that. Okay, we'll put that. We'll put Jar Jar as JavaScript. Stormtroopers are TypeScript. I'm going to put Boba Fett as Haskell. Okay? And we don't need to put all the key characters. We just need to cover the languages. Who cares whether we have like Luke and Leia and all of that? Baba is O'Camel? Yeah? Okay. I'll take your word for it. There was one person I was thinking of for either Haskell or O'Camel. Who was it? Oh man. Crap. There was somebody I had in mind and I thought it was perfect. Oh, yes, I remember now. Leia Zig. Oh, I like Leia Zig, yeah. Okay. Darth Maul. We put General Grievous as CPP. I wouldn't put Vader as CPP. You know who I would put Vader as? Then Vader is Holy See. I think I know who I'm going to put Vader as. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Okay, that's the finalized list. All right, so I'm gonna work on cargo stuff on the next stream. Hopefully next weekend. React, not a language. Newt, not a memorable character. I like that too. We'll put that in. Something like that. I'll work on that. I'll tweak the wording and then I'll post it on X. Yeah, I'll work on the cargo stuff on the next stream. So we'll just plug away on the UI here for the victory conditions. And then once we have the victory screen done, and you can do basic things like take cargo, take ships, take your gold, and then continue the game. That means all the battle mechanics are complete in terms of single player. We'll have to take into account some multiplayer stuff, but with those things in place, it'll be easier to deal with the multiplayer stuff because then a central server can kind of inject its will into the UI, into the single player UI for all the different players. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Maybe 1 or 2 streams and we'll have that sorted out. Probably 2, I would say. There's some UI that we have to sort out and probably a few more functions that need to get sorted out. Yeah, okay. I like it. This is good. It wasn't the funniest, most fun stream ever, but I got some things accomplished, and it's been a while since I've done a chill video game stream, so it was fun to catch up with you guys. But that's it. I'm out of here. I got stuff to do. I've got a lot of stuff to do. So I appreciate you guys coming on and watching me slog through that. I do. I miss doing these streams. It's a lot of fun. Okay. You can say that again. Who sucks, chat? You suck. Don't worry, I'll say it. Don't worry. I got you. All right. Okay, so that's it. I will be back Monday for another Daily Tech News stream. And well, that's all I can guarantee right now. I do have some plans to come back for more video game streams and whatnot. Maybe even before Monday. Maybe tomorrow. But I don't know if that's going to work out. I do need to stream more. I have to, for a number of reasons. I have to get through a bunch of the video game stuff and whatnot. So I'm very determined to do it, even if it means doing some of it offline. But we're absolute worst case scenario. I'll see you guys on Monday. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. I really do. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun. Stay safe. All that good stuff. Thanks for hopping on and keeping me entertained while I coded away. Thank you again for the sub, Frozen. I appreciate it. I will do my best to have a good weekend. I promise I will. Yeah, just thanks everybody. You guys are awesome. I appreciate everything. All the engagement, all the support. It's great. I won't do my typical outrow stuff because it's not a typical stream. It's just a chill stream. But I appreciate all the viewers. So that's it. That's it for me. I'm gonna peace out. Enjoy your weekend. Laughing Panda back Monday. Got to take off a whole day to build up the ability to suck enough for a stream. Thought it was natural. Yeah, I have a refractory period. Laughing Panda. Once I blow all the cannons in the game, there's a refractory period. And you've come to understand that you suck more than Canada. Yes, this is true. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. Yeah. So hopefully I'll be back before Monday. No promises though. But I would like to do another one of these, another chill game stream, because I want to get through the victory conditions here, so that we can keep building more. And Laughing Panda, I know I want to put you back to work, Laughing Panda. I want to pay you nothing and put you back to work, because I need a few more pixels. I need a little bit of pixel art from you. I think I still need a ship from you or something, Panda. You lazy slacker. Anyway, that's it. I'm out of here. Have a great weekend. Thanks everybody for being here. I do appreciate it. I will catch you guys absolute latest Monday for the Daily Tech News stream, if not earlier. I'm not even going to read that, Spike. I'm not even going to read it. Screw you. Oh, by the way, I have this list. This list, it's called, this list is called, what would each person in chat be if they were something in life that you could name call them in life. And so I have this list of things you can name call for every person in chat. It's a list I made by myself. Okay. So let me just look up the names. So Spike's on here. He sucks. Okay. So you can just say he sucks. Battle, he sucks. Frozen sucks. D-Daver sucks. Laughing Panda sucks. Nacor sucks. Okay. Ray on YouTube sucks. Anybody who's on YouTube who's still watching, you all suck. If you're on X, you suck. Okay? You all suck. All of you suck. Every single one of you sucks. I don't suck. You suck. Okay, deep fake. All of you suck. Peace out. Have a good weekend. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Monday. I have to admit that was a really poor you suck outro. That one was one of my worst ones. Okay, I do have to admit that wasn't a very good one. I apologize. I'll come back with a better outro on Monday. Peace out, everybody. You all suck.